Hello, it's time to sit by the fire and read with Tim and Devin.
Hello.
Enjoy.
Hello. Today we're going to be reading Into the Twister of Terror by R.L. Stine.
With bone-tingling sensation.
Twister! You scream. Your heart races. You stare up. The sky above you is thick with black clouds. A fierce wind whistles through the trees around the farmhouse. Far off on the horizon, a swirling dark funnel reaches from the ground up to the sky. Aunt Emily! Uncle Jed! You shout. You run into the house. The screen door slams behind you. You have to get your aunt and uncle to the safety of the storm cellar fast, you realize. Since you were a baby, your aunt and uncle, I said your uncle and uncle, have raised you. Now there's nothing wrong with that. Your parents died when you were very young. You love growing up on your uncle and uncle's Oklahoma farm. And you can't let anything happen to them. Aunt Emily, Uncle Jed, you cry, where are you? Also, there's like this weird symbol now.
Yeah, I don't think it's part of the story.
We'll put in a screen cap here.
Yeah, it's really weird. What's all the fuss about? Your uncle walks from the hallway, whipping his hands on her apron. Your uncle follows him. They both smile at you.
You begin to tremble in fear. Your uncle holds open the storm cellar door. Uncle Emily steps toward him, pulling you along. Then with a shock, you remember something. You twist your arm free.
Oh no. Come on, honey. We have to get in the cellar.
No! You scream. I can't, you shout back. Not without Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo, your trusty little black dog. Where is he? He usually follows you everywhere. You turn to go find him, but dust clogs the air. You can barely see! The wind tugs at your clothes.
Okay.
It's hard even to stay on your feet. But over the fierce howling of the wind, you think you hear a faint noise. Is it? ... question mark. It is! It's Yo-Yo's bark. Do we go after Yo-Yo, or do we run into the storm cellar?
I mean, I think we go after Yo-Yo.
Yeah, like, that's obviously the sensible thing to do, but I feel like... Okay, so we're gonna go after Yo-Yo?
We're gonna go after Yo-Yo.
Okay, go to page 16 to go after Yo-Yo. I can't leave you, Yo-Yo!
You scream. You break free from your uncle and stumble towards the sound of Yo-Yo's bark. Your muscles strain. You fight the wind for every step. You can't see a thing. Your heart sinks. You'll never find Yo-Yo. You turn your head back to the storm cellar, to your aunt and uncle, and gasp. You can't see them or the cellar anymore. You're doomed.
Aye!
You shriek. Something rubbed against your leg. You look down to see what it is, but you can't tell. There's too much dust. Reach down and touch Yo-Yo's soft woolly coat.
Yo-Yo!
You cry. He barks as if he's answering you.
Find the storm cellar!
You grab hold of Yo-Yo's collar. How big of a dog is this?
It's like a chihuahua.
He's being pulled by a chihuahua?
Yeah, like,
He pulls you forward. The two of you push ahead into the rising wind. You hope Yo-Yo knows where he's going. He's a dog, like, you're both doomed. Have to keep going, you think. That's the most awkward sentence I've ever read. Have to keep going, you think.
That sounds like Yoda.
Yeah. Have to make it to safety. You're about to give up from exhaustion when the wind dies down.
Huh? What happened?
You glance around. Yo-Yo has led you to a small hill a short distance from the farmhouse. The air here is still, but you can see the twister still raging over your home. A strange groaning sound fills your ears. The tornado rushes at your aunt and uncle's house. The storm... Oh, that's you.
The storm cellar!
You choke. The twister is right over it. Your aunt and uncle are down there. Kaboom! The house explodes from the... I guess we chose the right choice.
Jesus, yeah.
From the force of the wind.
No!
You yell. Yo-Yo barks. He scrambles away. He wants you to follow him, but... What about your aunt and uncle? Do you stay and see if they're okay?
Okay, well,
Do
the
you
choice is
follow
obvious.
your faithful dog?
We're not gonna screw our uncles, like... We don't need them.
We don't need to screw our uncles? I mean, I agree, but I don't see what that has to do with anything. So we're just following Yo-Yo?
Yeah, jeez, of course we're following Yo-Yo.
Alright.
You realize that Yo-Yo is trying to lead you to safety. You turn and run after him. But now the Twister seems to be following you. You race after your trusty dog. Yo-Yo scrambles a little way ahead of you to an abandoned farmhouse by the road. He barks and jumps up and down. You realize he wants to go inside the house, but that building is now a wreck. It can barely stand up. How can it shelter you from a Twister? You could keep running, but you're so tired. You know how much farther you can go. If you follow Yo-Yo to the farmhouse, turn to page 24. If you keep running, turn to page 106.
I don't know, man. Yo-Yo's been pretty good to us so far.
Yeah, like, Yo-Yo's not failed us, so... Okay, go into the farmhouse.
You stumble toward the broken down house. You have to crawl through the slanting doorway. It's dark inside. You can't see much. But right away you hear someone else.
Who's gonna voice him?
How many are we? That's a deep voice.
There's a herd of us!
Someone answers in a high, tone like he was on Twitter just then. We'll be safe here. Many others agree in the low murmur. Your body feels a flood of relief. Other people? These folks must know what they're doing. And obviously they think this house is safe. Your eyes slowly get used to the gloom. Who's there? You peer around a corner and gasp in shock at what you see. Those voices don't belong to people. The room beyond is filled with animals. And they're all talking. The horror! You shudder. Talking animals?
You can't believe it.
You realize with growing amazement that the deep voice belongs to a huge brown bear. Okay, now,
that's actually a little
now
bit
maybe
scary.
you should get freaked out, yeah. Stupid humans, it roars. They couldn't tell the Twister was coming until it almost hit. Then they ran into their holes in the ground.
They have lost their connection with the earth. Oh. They have lost their connection with the earth. And with the sky.
Where's the bird? Oh. Yes, they call us dumb animals. The squirrel chimes in. But we always know when a storm or earthquake is coming.
Oh God!
Think how our guy is just standing there watching all this like, what the fuck?
If they listened to us, we would have saved them a lot of trouble.
But we won't help them. Not after the way they treated us. Or should we try to get their help?
Or not.
Or should we not? We should not. Is
No.
what we decided.
Yeah, that's just a bad idea. Quietly, you step outside the farmhouse. The storm has passed and the sky is beginning to clear. There is your dog, Yo-Yo, sitting by the doorway. You're no longer freaked out when he talks to you, but you're amazed. You stand there with your mouth hanging open. Now you know, he says in a low voice. Yes. I know. Why didn't you ever talk to me before? We can't talk all the time. But something happened to us when the big storm is coming, or when an earthquake is about to hit. We gain special powers and we can talk.
This book is way weirder than I thought it was gonna be.
This is so totally weird.
This is like so totally weird. Like, what's the sitch?
There's something else I wanted to tell you, the dog continues. Your aunt, uncle are in trouble! He leads you down the road away from the house. Your aunt and uncle were carried away by the Twister, he continues. I can smell where they are. They're still alive, but they're buried under a lot of rubble. It's not far from here. No! Yo-Yo trots off and you follow. After a few minutes, you come to a bridge over a river. Yo-Yo stops. The bridge is weak from flooding, he muses. I don't know if it's strong enough to hold us. Is there some other way? You ask, feeling desperate. There's another bridge about a mile upstream, he replies. But if we do that, what do you want to do? It'll take more time if you go on the second one. Which one do we go on? The bridge that's kind of unsteady, or the better one that'll take more time? Let's just go for it.
Fuck. Alright. There's no time to waste. You have to take a chance with this in italics bridge. You try not to look at the muddy, swollen river as it rages under the bridge, just inches from your feet. This is a really low bridge.
Yeah, jeez.
Slowly, carefully, you feel your way into the span. It shudders and shakes from the water pounding at it, but then you're across. Safe on dry ground. Yo-Yo runs lightly across the bridge. Yes, you did it. He leads you up a large hill. As you reach the top, a deafening roar stops you in your tracks. You turn toward it and the entire bridge has been washed out by a surge of water. Woo! Good thing you crossed it in time. Yo-Yo cries out. He scampers ahead and leaps onto the pile of rubble that used to be a building.
Dig. Your relatives are under there, and they're still alive, I sense it.
Frantically, you grab at rocks and pieces of lumber. You hurl them aside without stopping. Your hands are scraped and raw, but you don't care. Yo-Yo works beside you, scratching and clawing at the dirt. But when you pause to take a breath, you realize you've hardly made a dent in the heap of wreckage.
This will take forever.
You gasp.
And we have another problem.
The dog replies. He points his nose at the sky.
There's another twister coming! I can feel it! Come on! You are Yo-Yo. You have to get help! No kidding! He growls. The two of you run down the road. The sky grows darker every second. You wheel around. Yo-Yo's gone.
Oh shit, we're dead. We're dead.
Yo-Yo! You shout. The wind is rising and the trees are swaying wildly. Then you hear faint barking. I'm down here! Yo-Yo calls. You stumble into your pooch's direction and nearly fall into a deep storm cellar. It's all that remains of a house torn away by this twister. You lean over and see Yo-Yo lying at the bottom of the cellar. Okay.
God, we have to rescue Yo-Yo.
I mean, yeah, he's our only hope. Like,
We're gonna try and rescue Yo-Yo.
okay.
Without hesitating, you jump down into the pit.
Not even like a second thought.
No. You crouch by Yo-Yo's side.
I'll get you out of here somewhere, boy.
Somewhere. Somehow.
Somehow. No, I'll get you out.
Oh! That he answers. Then he jumps to his hind legs. An orange glow surrounds him. What is going on?
I am wondering.
You wonder?
I am wondering that. Don't be afraid.
He declares.
Your bravery and kindness have released my full power.
I'm so glad we chose this one.
You see, not only can I sense the storm, but with the aid of a true friend, I can also control it.
Oh shit! You can control the storm. You watch, open mouth, as the dog walks on his hind legs to the center of the pit. He lifts his head skyward. Instantly, the wind swirls above you. It gently lifts you and Yo-Yo out of the pit and onto the ground.
Cool.
Cool, yeah. I think it's pretty cool. The twister moves towards the rubble that buried your aunt and uncle. The powerful wind clears rubble away. It lifts rock beams and entire walls. Yes! At last you can see your aunt and uncle. And they're safe. Yo-Yo turns to you with a broad, toothy smile.
Not bad for a dog, huh?
A year later, you're standing in a television studio in Manhattan, watching the Good Day Show. That's not a real thing. In an hour, and your uncle and uncle are leaving for a month-long vacation in Tahiti. Of course, they sold the farm months ago.
Of course.
Yes, things have turned out pretty well, all because you saved Yo-Yo's life. Speaking of Yo-Yo, it's almost time for his appearance. And now for today's forecast, the show's host announces. Here's Yo-Yo, the weather dog. Yo-Yo stands in front of the weather map and begins delivering the weather report. You smile as you recall how, after you saved his life, Yo-Yo never lost his ability to talk or predict the weather. Now he's a national TV star, making tons of money. You just hope he never gets fired for having fleas. The end.
Oh my god.
I can't believe we made it through.
I know, we got every single choice right.
So basically, what this book teaches you is you should save your dog before your parents.
Yes, leave your family
if there's
and
ever
go
an
with your
incident,
dog. Trust your dog.
Trust your dog more than the humans that surround you. It's just very important. Yeah.
You'll be making tons of money.
Tons of it.
Hello, this has been Reading with Tim and Devin. Thank you for joining us, and come next time.